I'm Chimo Mangazi with Business Time on Times. It is a magazine program where we bring you business and economic news stories making headlines. In the program today, Nkango Resources Limited completes exploration works at Songwe Hill in Palombe district. Also in the program, Press Corporation Limited announces plans to venture into energy and construction sectors. We have these and other stories. Stay tuned.
Sometimes, our dreams keep us up at night. They can even make us miss out on those little but special moments. And sometimes, they can make us lose focus on the important things. But at National Bank of Malawi, we believe that your dreams should not stop you from living your best life. That is why we're stepping up to help make your dreams come true with Step Up Young Professionals. With Step Up Young Professionals, you get efficient digital financial services, affordable credit facilities, financial management, and wealth creation workshops that are crucial as you progress in your career. Call 626 for more details. National Bank of Malawi, the bank of the nation.
Expectations are high that Nkango Resources Limited will go into mining of precious metals at Songwe Hill in Palombe district soon, following a pledge by Minister of Mining Albert Mbawala to conclude a mining development agreement with the company within the next 4 weeks. Mbawala said this when he visited the site to appreciate progress of exploration works being undertaken. Representatives of the company indicate that they have concluded exploration works and a feasibility study. Mbawala explains.
They've been here for 12 years. Some companies have been here for 15 years doing exploration. I was saying, why? So I said, no, let me go and check what these guys are doing. 12 years, exploration, what is the problem? So, but looking at the brief they gave me, you have seen for yourselves that all these containers you are seeing, they contain what they are calling all the samples have been taken from the hill, analyzing them and labeling them. I think it's a hard work. It's work that needs time, that needs commitment, that needs you've got to focus and concentrate. So I think they've been doing a good job, and I think they're serious. So now the 12 years, I'm not worried. I think it's worth investing in that type of planning and timing, because it's not a simple mine. The rare earth one is very complicated. Even the processing, the plant they're putting up here, it will be a very complicated plant. So it's important they take their time. And by the way, why they take time again is to actually make sure they do all the process properly, because these guys will be financed by loans. They'll go into borrowing. So they've got to actually impress upon the financiers that they've done a good job. So due diligence is very important for the financiers to be convinced that they can put their money, and this mine will produce money to be able to service the loan. These are people that are coming from, some are coming from UK. Alex, the manager, is actually from UK. And they are coming from a different legal framework. They are comparing with Canada, and other countries. And that is Europe, and this is Malawi. We have our own legal framework. And we have a new act, the Mines and Minerals Act 2019, which is just a new law in our legal framework. And looking at them, they feel it is it's not meeting their demand. But we are saying this is our law, it's a new law, and we can't go against our law. So that has been the challenge. And there was a point they wanted us to actually change the whole law, again, go to Parliament again. We said, no, this is just a new law. All we need is, if there are other gaps in the act, let's put them in the agreement. And then we actually, sign for that agreement. It's a binding agreement. And there was a point they said, can we take the agreement to Parliament to be passed? We said, no, it doesn't work like that. You can't take an agreement to Parliament to be passed into law. It can't work. So we are ironing out those issues. But now we are coming to an agreement, and I think in the next 3 or 4 weeks, we should have concluded the agreement so that we should go into signing.
And Alex Lemon is Nkango Resources Limited Managing Director.
All of the exploration, as you've been told today, has been completed on site. We've completed the ESHA, the Environmental Impact Study, which covers social and also healthcare in the communities and in the project. We've also completed the the definitive feasibility study. That's going through its final checks and will be lodged in a very short while. So we're in a position now where we're actually negotiating with the Malawi government, as I'm sure you've heard and read on papers and on the TV, that the Malawi government are currently working with various mining companies to complete the discussions with regards to mining development agreements. We're working in parallel on the financing, always have been. And so, as you can imagine, as you know, we've invested over $25 million into this project to date. We've got huge backing from our investors, and we're working with banks. We've had meetings with banks and with development banks and commercial banks over the last 12 months. We have site visits taking place at the moment to look at the project. In the same way as you've looked at the project today, we've got engineers, geologists, groups coming out to check the project for the financiers. We're aiming to have the finance in place by the end of this year. We're hoping to get the development agreement in place within the next few weeks. We want to get this project built. We want to move into production as soon as possible. We want to try and help find a solution to the problems that we have in country at the moment with Forex, with the lack of jobs, the lack of employment. You know, this project, when it's in construction phase, will employ around 750 people. During production phase, and bear in mind it will be in production for 21 years, we'll be employing 500 people. So it's going to be a big employer. It's going to change the economy. So absolutely, I would say no problems. These are actually all very positive changes.
Press Corporation Limited has announced plans to introduce new subsidiaries in construction and energy generation while disposing of its 80% shareholding in Malawi Telecommunications Limited. Group Board Chairperson Radson Mwadiwa made the announcement on Friday during a stakeholder engagement forum in Blantyre. Our journalist Justin Quell was there and now reports.
Press Corporation Limited is a public listed company that started years back. The company right now has a lot of subsidiaries in telecommunications, banking and finance, sciences, and more. The company has now announced plans to introduce 2 more subsidiaries in construction and energy production at the time it is disposing of its 80% majority shareholding in Malawi Telecommunications Limited, MTL. The group chairperson, Radson Mwadiwa, made the revelations when the group of companies was engaging stakeholders over the weekend in Blantyre. Mwadiwa said the group's strategy is to expand further in untapped areas that have high returns while exiting other sectors which the group believes have been developed enough and others have gone in. The board chairperson then announced that the group has secured partnerships that will see it introducing 2 more subsidiaries in manufacturing and energy production with the concentration on solar energy, which is expected to be producing more than 20 megawatts at its initial stage. Mwadiwa said they are still in discussions, but they are at an advanced stage on solar energy and they have already identified a partner, and he expressed belief that by close of this year, they will have set up a power generation company.
So far, we are doing very well. I think at the end of the day, when we come to our GM, we are going to announce some good profits to the company and also some good dividend to our people. But that is not to say everything is rosy. We do have challenges here and there, but I guess that's what life is all about, to meet and overcome those challenges. But all in all, we are doing so well. The intention of Press Corporation is that once we have been in a sector and we've grown that sector, we want to exit so that other players would come in. Just like what we have done in PTC, we believe now that sector is for other people to come in and go in. So too, with MTL, we think that we have had our share in that area, so it's time for us to move and let others come. We will be concentrating on TNM and the other outfit called OCL. That's where we think we need to focus for some time. And should it be necessary in future, we can also exit there and go on. Right now, we have the life insurance company that we have just come in. And like the acting CEO has said, we are now looking to go into construction. For a long time in Malawi, all the construction that has been done in Malawi, Wethe talking about, has been done by foreign companies, meaning that at the end of the day, they take all the money to their countries. So this time we are trying to see whether we can partner with some strategic companies to go into construction. We are also going into power generation. Initially, we will be doing solar, and hopefully in future we can also go hydro. So we are expanding, but as we expand, we are also shedding off some of the investments that we think are not really key to our strategy, because everything else has to follow our strategy. Well, we are still doing the discussion. These are not, easy thing. Fortunately, we are in advanced stage on solar energy, talking to government and so forth. We've identified a partner that we want to work with. We do believe that by the close of this year, we could have set up a company, a construction company, with a partner that we have identified. So I would say that within the next 12 months, 18 months, Malawians should see something very tangible in terms of those areas of investment. Our studies show that they're still viable. I think we are seeing a little bit of challenges, but I guess these are challenges that could be overcome. There are new technologies that are coming in solar. Do the solar and battery kind of arrangement, and we are told that this is the best way to go. So yes, to us as an investor, we believe that that's a good investment. Right now we are looking at a possibility of 20 to 50 megawatts. The site that has been identified is capable of producing anything between 20 and 50 megawatts. Would wish to have 50 megawatts, but again, it also depends on the technologies. But definitely 20% as a minimum is what we are gunning for. So far, we got all the approvals that were necessary for us to sell PTC. And of the people that came to us to offer to buy PTC, Tafika was the one that was offering a better deal. So we did the due diligence at that point, and we were quite convinced that this is a viable deal. It's unfortunate that Tafika has taken a little bit of time for them to bring in their resources and start running the company. But we are still hopeful that should be done. But everything has been done legally. So we are, like I said, hopeful that things will turn out to be what we had hoped them to be. Well, we are out of that. I mean, it's like you going to a shop, you buy a shirt, and you walk out. and then someone says, oh no, maybe we don't like the way this, you can't go back. It's, you know, the shop owner cannot come and say, oh no, I want to buy the shirt back. If we are to get it back, it means that we have to go into negotiation and buy back from Tafig. But the rightful owner and the legal owner of PTC right now is Tafig. And we have no intention of going back. Not necessarily. I don't think it's a question of competition. I think there is still a lot of scope in Malawi for fixed telephones. So far, we have not seen any company that has shown interest within the companies operating in Malawi to take the fixed line telephone. So it's not so much of the competition, but as I said, our strategy that we are operating on requires us that we exit some of these investments in order for us to go into other investment that we believe are more lucrative.
The stakeholders' engagement aimed at enlightening the shareholders on the strategies the group of companies has and to accord the stakeholders an opportunity to give input on how the group can grow further. Mwadiwa also announced that during the year ending December 31, 2021, the group registered a profit after tax of 45.131 billion kwacha, which is 126% more than what was registered in the preceding year, and they expect to declare satisfying dividends. One of the shareholders from the Green Belt Authority, Patrick Chimimba, applauded PCL for the engagement, adding that their minds have opened up on how they can work with some of the subsidiaries and expand their portfolio. He added that they are into large-scale commercial irrigation, and with what they had heard from the engagement, they have seen that they can work hand-in-hand with Ethico and Presken, which are subsidiaries of PCL, as part of their expansion and commercialization drive.
This conference has been an eye-opener for us as stakeholders, knowing that press is a big institution and it has so many companies, and as Green Belt Authority through the Presken and Ethico, where it's an alignment with what we are doing in large-scale commercial irrigation.
Now, looking at the strategies that have been mentioned by different companies, subsidiaries of PCL, what's your impression?
I'm very impressed. As a country, we are lucky to have an organization that so many subsidiaries covering a lot of areas and sectors. As I've said already, that with Presken and Ethico, they align so well with what our mandate as Green Belt is. As Green Belt Authority, we are into large-scale commercial irrigation. So one of our projects is Salima Sugar, where we do sugarcane. And if you listened to the presentation, ethanol uses sugarcane as well. So it's part of our expansion as well. Much as Ethico and Presken are expanding, they will also trickle down to us as we also expand. Green Belt Authority is into a commercialization drive. We have new management, and one of the key things is to commercialize, to be a full commercial entity within the next 3 years. So Presken and Ethico are part of our strategic partners that will form our growth strategy. The major issue in terms of large-scale commercial irrigation is land, as you have pointedly put it. But there are ways in which you can ably mitigate that. The first one is through the outgrowers. Green Belt uses different models in terms of land. It's either you purchase fully, it's either you use the farmers as strategic partners. They own the land, but they are still part of the implementation arrangement.
PCL is a public listed company with subsidiaries such as TNM, National Bank, Presken, Max Steel and Ethico, among others.
This is Business Time on Times. We'll be right back.
Sometimes Our dreams keep us up at night. They can even make us miss out on those little but special moments. And sometimes they can make us lose focus on the important things. But at National Bank of Malawi, we believe that your dreams should not stop you from living your best life. That is why we're stepping up to help make your dreams come true with Step Up Young Professionals. With Step Up Young Professionals, you get efficient digital financial services, affordable credit facilities, financial management and wealth creation workshops that are crucial as you progress in your career. Call 626 for more details. National Bank of Malawi, the bank of the nation.
Welcome back. National Bank of Malawi has introduced new features on its More 626 Digital Plus platform that will enhance cashless transactions among merchants and customers. Representatives of the bank believe the new features will further enhance financial inclusion and bring convenience to both the account holders and non-holders. The new features include More 626 Wallet and More Pay, which the financial institution is yet to officially launch but can be accessed. The bank's head of financial services, William Kaunda, explains more in this interview with Justin Well.
The products that will run under the banner of or under the brand of More 626. So we are rolling out More 626 Wallet. This product is designed for those that do not have bank accounts. And the idea is if you don't have a bank account with National Bank, you can still have a wallet, which you operate more or less like a digital account. So you don't need to come to the bank. You can download the app, onboard yourself, then you've got the wallet up and running. Another product that we are rolling out is the More 626 Pay. This will enable you to do transactions, both local and international, wherever you see a QR code. So when merchants or any place that you are making a payment, you've seen a QR code, just take out your phone and scan it, then you've made the payment. The other features that we've added, that includes your ability to manage your card, so you can enable or disable your card as and when you so wish. In case you've lost the card, you may not need to call the bank, but simply go onto the app and block the card. And whenever in instances where you found the card, you can as well just get back to the app and re-enable your card. We've also added features that will enable you to apply for a loan. In this case, what you see for now is the payday loan. So you can have a short-term 1-month loan that needs to bridge you the gap where your last salary ended to the next payday. But we've also added features where you can repay your loans that are existing. So any loan you can choose that in our books, then make repayments. Once you do that, you will be saving quite a bit of time and resources. Instead of you writing us memos and letters to tell us what to do, we are giving that power to you to do. You can also have a rough estimate as to how much you'll be paying monthly. You are using the calculator feature that is there to calculate how much you'll be paying. The other features that are there, what we are leaving it open to our card holders, our app holders to explore and find those features. This is just a rollout. In the next few weeks or so, we'll be coming back officially to launch them. What we looked at is we are running a Fast Save product. This is an agent banking product. We've been to most parts of the countries and we've noticed that where we are not visible, by visible I mean where we don't have our service centers there, physical service center, there are some customers that will really want to associate with our brand and they are unable to, because to travel to our nearest service center they won't be able to. So what we are saying is, instead of them wanting to travel, let's meet their need of associating with us. So we are giving them the wallet. They can open it for themselves and use it as and when they want to use it. In this modern age, to use a mobile product is quite beneficial. You notice that our lives are centered on a mobile phone. If you forget your phone, most of us will turn back and go and pick it up. So what we are saying is that, look, what if we put our banking on that mobile phone? So issues of convenience, issues of ease of use, issues of doing transactions as and when you want to transact without looking at a timeline that I need to be in the banking hall this time around. What we are looking at as National Bank is to have a time and a point where most of our customers are free and they feel comfortable not to visit our service centers because we are able to give them the ability in their phones.
With that item, we've come to the end of today's edition of Business Time. It is a magazine program where we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Chimwemwe Mangazi. But always remember, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. Bye for now.